Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Matt Spencer, and I have the distinct privilege of being the principal at Sparta High School, which is just an awesome place to work, and groups of awesome people and students and families that make up our school community. Just need to take a couple of minutes to thank some people. A ton of work and planning goes into a night like tonight, and the two ladies in our office, Pam Ryers, Pam Wade, please, and Kim Pepper, do an unbelievable job in making sure that the presenters and Mr. Toporski and myself, which is a hard job, look good through this process. I also want to take just a minute to recognize two faculty members who you will see up here later. Right now they're standing, see, they look like they're trying to get out of here, by the exit door. Mrs. Ann Hahn, will you wave, please, Ann? And Coach Mark Batchel.
Oh, yeah, Pat!
Both of them are retiring this year from teaching. So thank you for your service to Sparta area schools. And because of their retirement, they need to play a role later in our ceremony. We're here to celebrate the class of 2019. And this is a special group, mainly because of the young men and young women that they are. It's special. And we have great kids coming through in groups all the time. This group has a different gear. And you'll hear a lot about that over the next several days leading into our graduation ceremony. But just the citizenship, the leadership, and the achievement that they've shown is pretty awesome. Here's a quick piece of data to support that. Collectively, think about this. Collectively, they earned $1.13 million in scholarship money. Awesome job. At Sparta High School, we like to keep in front of us and remember that we are a country at war, and we are a country whose freedoms depend on the sacrifices of men and women who came before us. So at this time, we're going to honor our flag and our nation by standing, if we are able, gentlemen, removing our hats and saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's my honor to introduce our Master of Ceremonies for tonight, Mr. Todd Toporski.
T4, I can hardly see you. You get a stool? There you go.
I got a rough crowd down here. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
Tonight, one of my favorite nights of the entire year, we get to celebrate Sparta's best and brightest. Okay? Not only citizenship, behavior, academics, athletics, band, drama, vocal. Okay? All those things, okay, that we celebrate tonight. So, buckle up and let's get after it. Okay? Our first presenter of tonight, okay, is Lee McFall, presenting the Lynn McFall Reed Shaner Memorial Fund Scholarship.
Good evening. Welcome to Sparta Senior Awards Night. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Lee McFall. I'm a lifelong resident of Sparta, as were my parents. Our family's been in Sparta for almost 100 years now. I'm here with my wife, Mary Beth, and my daughter, Lauren. We're here to present the Lynn McFall Reed Shaner Memorial Scholarship. This is a scholarship that was started by our family, and it's a $500 scholarship that will be given to a graduate who's going into education. There will be a total of 6 recipients given once per year over 6 years. My sister Lynn taught 3rd grade in Sparta for 36 and a half years. She was a remarkable teacher who in today's jargon was a child whisperer. She had an uncanny, God-given talent to reach her students in a most personal way and help each and every one of them to reach their greatest potential. After her death, a manifesto was found in her own handwriting that was written only 3 years into her career, showing her tremendous insight into the profession and how to reach every student, no matter what level of learning they had when they first walked into her room. Here is an excerpt from that manifesto. Sorry, I'm still not over losing her. Written in 1977. The day has passed when teaching is standing in front of a group of students and teaching what students view as a bunch of seemingly useless facts. We must guide children in their growth, guide them in becoming responsible adults, not necessarily intelligent adults, but conscientious, independent, respectful people. Academics are important and mandated, but the most important things that we can teach them are self-confidence, independence, and respect of others. Academics are important, but we must instill these 3 things in children. We need to spend more time developing these feelings than we do on subject matter. I feel that if a child has these 3 things, the rest that life brings will come more easily. Lynn had such an impact on her students that 4 of them became teachers and cited her as the reason that they went into teaching. It's amazing that she could have that kind of impact on 8-year-old children. The first recipient of Lynn's scholarship in 2018 was Kaylin Murdoch, whose mother, Michelle, was one of those 4 students that Lynn had in 3rd grade that was inspired by Lynn to go into teaching. With Kaylin, her inspiration has spanned another generation. Hopefully, with these scholarships, her inspiration will continue for generations to come. We had 3 applicants this year: Lacey Peterson, Marin Larson, and Alexis Kelly. All were greatly deserving, and when we read the well-thought-out and touching reasons that they wanted to go into teaching, we had an extremely difficult time choosing only one. Thank you all for applying. Just by applying, you've honored Lynn and our family. This year's recipient is Alexis Kelly. This is a plaque that will eventually be hung here in the high school that has my sister's picture and some of the things that I've spoken about tonight. Kaylin's name is here, and Alexis's will be there shortly. Congratulations, Alexis.
Just a little housekeeping, a little traffic. When you come up to receive your award, we're going to come up this stairway, come across the stage, and exit that way.
All right, you're so smart, of course.
Alexis did a great job.
I know
The next scholarship, the presenter could not be here tonight, so I get to present. Burger King Macklemore Foundation Scholarship Award. There are 2 winners tonight. First off is Grace DeLong. This scholarship each is for $1,000. Macklemore Foundation Scholarship is Mercedes Larson. All of our winners, please be really careful going up the stairs. She took those steps really fast. Our next award is the Sparta Schools Sports Booster Award, and presenting that tonight is Heather Van Campen.
Good evening. My name is Heather Van Campen, and I am the Vice President of the Sparta Sports Boosters. First, I'd like to congratulate the class of 2019 and wish you all the best on your next adventure, whatever it might be. Boosters are an all-volunteer group of parents that raise money to help subsidize the sports budgets here at Sparta High School. We raise money by holding an annual golf outing, selling advertisements at the football field and in the gymnasium, selling Spartan and team apparel, and our biggest fundraiser, concessions. We take great pride in the fact that we are able to provide a $500 scholarship to one male and one female student athlete. Our selection process is simple. We ask student athletes to write a short, anonymous essay on what Sparta sports has meant to them during their high school career. All boosters then review the essays independently and pick their favorite and cast a vote. Each year, it usually comes down to the final vote to decide who should be awarded the scholarship. Each booster looks for different things in the essay. It may have been their recognition of what it takes to be a team player, or maybe how they found their self-confidence, or just simply the pride they have in their school. Many could have won, so they could thank all who applied. I'm in a great position tonight as I have seen these athletes perform during their high school career. And it gives me great honor to present these scholarships tonight to Mason Larva and Nikki Zulz.
Next, to present the GRBS Perseverance Scholarship is Heather Vandenberg.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here to present our Perseverance Scholarship. This scholarship is given out to 40 students across the state of Michigan that have had to overcome hardships in life, whether they're personal, financial, health, anything of those sorts we take into consideration. We read over 200 essays every single year, so the winners we select are gone through a whole process and mean a whole lot to us when we finally come down to our final selections. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our recipient tonight. After years of chronic pain and countless injuries, this young woman receiving the award has been told it was simply because her body was weak. Then in 2017, she was finally diagnosed with a connective tissue disorder that explained the injuries and her near constant pain. Although the diagnosis was one without a cure, she made the choice to not let this get in the way of her living her life. She's still playing sports, working, and planning for college in the fall. I'm proud to present a $1,000 scholarship to Ms. Laura Hazard.
Present the third annual Compass Credit Union Scholarship Award is Jordan Kolakowski.
Grace, no, she found out a couple months ago actually. So we, we're all on the same page. So we started this a couple years ago, and I work in accounting. This is Wool Elf, and she works in the back office as well. So sometimes people think that's kind of boring, and sometimes it is. So we get to do this scholarship review every spring though, and we read these essays which are always really good. Grace went down to, where'd you go for your mission trip? Peru, and wrote this awesome essay about just the prayerful, overwhelming, life-changing experience she had there. And she had another part in here that I was going to read, that she's talking a little bit about working with people who just make you be so grateful and thankful. And we were talking about this at work today, and sometimes the key really to this, all of this is, hey there. Basically the point is to be grateful. It makes you a happy person. And it seems like Grace is on her way there. I'm going to read a quick line from her essay here, just talking about things that have been formative for her. Another thing that shaped who I am today is my internship at the hospital. The nurses I followed and the people I met taught me so much compassion. Some have been in the hospital for days or months. These kids still have a smile on their face. I met a little boy who was 8 years old and had 3 open heart surgeries. One of them just days after he was born. When I met him, he was in the hospital sick again, just hanging out with his dad, watching movies as if everything was okay. They taught me not to count down the days. We live in the present moment. We're going to miss your entire life. So Grace, congratulations. You've got a great future ahead of you. Where did you decide to go to school? Aquinas, all right. Congratulations.
To present the Sparta Educational Foundation Catherine Richmond Health Sciences Scholarship is Heather Howell.
My name is Heather Holland, and I'm here as a board member of the Sparta Education Foundation. The Catherine Richmond Scholarship Fund was started in the late 1980s after her years of service as our school nurse. She had a passion for helping local children and families through her practices in healthcare. The Sparta Education Foundation is proud to carry on her legacy through this scholarship, which each year goes to a Sparta High School student entering the field of healthcare. On behalf of the SEF, it is my honor to present this award to Elise Anderson.
To present the Ethel Mary Ebers Scholarship, please give a warm welcome to Olivia Bowling.
Good evening. My name is Olivia Christine Ebers Bowling, and I am the great-granddaughter of Ethel Mary Lamro Ebers, whom this annual scholarship has been named. My great-grandmother was an active member of the Sparta community. She raised 5 children on the Ebers Centennial Farm on 8 Mile Road. She believed passionately in the importance of getting an education. Prior to becoming a wife and mother, she enjoyed teaching, coaching basketball, and eventually became the principal at Fairview Elementary School. My aunts, Gay Ebersman-Koviak and Julie Ebersneff, have committed to funding this annual award so that other young women from this community might have the opportunity to continue their education after high school. This individual not only entered her freshman year of high school with 3 honors classes, but also made the varsity tennis team. In her years of high school, she continued to reach for a more challenging academic path by taking numerous AP courses and was inducted into the National Honor Society. Her work ethic and helping spirit makes Caitlin Larva the perfect recipient of this year's scholarship.
Sparta Lions Club mission statement is simple. It is we serve. Our applicants all this year were very, very strong, so much so that we decided to give away 2 scholarships this year instead of our traditional 1. All parents of all applicants and applicants should all be proud of themselves. As I said, with the mission of we serve, there are plenty of youngsters in Sparta that are serving their community in multiple fashions. The 2 recipients that we chose for the 2019 Sparta Lions Club Scholarship are Elise Anderson and Nikki Zos.
Present the Choice 1 scholarship tonight will be Conrad Raklowski.
Hello, my name is Conrad Raklowski. I'm the branch manager of Choice 1 Bakery in Sparta. Choice 1 Bakery has been rooted in our local communities for over 100 years. We understand the value of being part of a community and how important it is to you and your families. This year, we actually decided to pick 2 winners. When asked about why community is so important to the winners of our senior essay contest winners, they answered, community is more than just a place where you live. It's participating in it and helping other people you care. It creates an atmosphere of passion and acceptance. These 2 are the reasons why Choice 1 Bank is committed to all of you, our community. It gives me great pleasure this evening to announce our community essay winners, Marian Larson and Ryan Bosch.
Next up, to present the Sparta Girls Varsity Basketball Scholarship, Coach Matt McCampbell.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to announce this year's recipient of the 13th Annual Sparta Girls Basketball Scholarship. It's a $1,000 scholarship awarded to a graduating girls basketball player who has played 4 years of high school basketball at Sparta and plans to attend college. The winner is chosen based on leadership, citizenship, and dedication to the program. This year's 5 applicants are a pretty talented and smart group of young ladies. Their average GPA was 4.026. So this year's recipient is Jenna Hoover. Oh, it looks like there's another envelope. I guess we have 2. Marla Anderson. You guys should jump on that. Apparently there's a 3rd, Elise Anderson. I think that's 3 for you, Elise. All right. And oh my goodness, there's another one. Abigail Anderson. Or Edmondson. And you guessed it, there's a fifth one. Delaney Armbach. Congratulations, ladies.
Everyone might see Delaney go down the stairway. Joining us from the U.S. Army Reserves tonight is Staff Sergeant Christopher Campbell.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Principal Spencer. Can I get Jalen Koltek, Joshua Mohar, Nathan Padilla, and Stephen Wright to the stage, please? Well, I'll take care of Joshua. Fun fact, less than 1% of the American population makes up the U.S. Army. Less than 25% of the American population are physically, morally, and medically qualified to join the U.S. Army. There should be four up here, but these three people right here, these three individuals are living proof of that. 3 people out of everybody in this school. 3. So tonight, I want to give them a check representing their college benefits and their sign-on bonuses that they got. Jalen Koltak got $26,000 towards her college benefits from the Reserve Montgomery GI Bill. Nathan Padilla got $30,000 towards his college benefits through the student loan repayment plan. On top of that, he also received a $9,000 sign-on bonus. And another fun fact, this young man right here, Stephen Wright, has already been through basic training. He is now considered an American soldier, standing in front of you today. His senior year as an American soldier. After he graduates high school, he will go off to basic training, and then he will join the force. So, on behalf of the United States Army and myself, I want to congratulate you and wish you the best of luck out there.
Representing the Army National Guard tonight is Staff Sergeant Amanda Durst.
Good evening and thank you. I'm Staff Sergeant Durst from the Michigan Army National Guard. Sergeant Campbell accidentally misspoke and failed to mention that there's actually 4 soldiers here in this audience. So, Noel Myers, if you would please come forward. In honor of Noah's commitment to serving his country as a citizen soldier while successfully meeting the educational requirements of the Department of Education, I would hereby recognize Noah as a National Guard Citizen Soldier Scholar. I'd like to present him with a check for his college education of $80,000.
From the U.S. Marine Corps tonight is Gunnery Sergeant Evan Heggie.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here tonight to present the Marine Corps Scholastic Excellence and Distinguished Athlete Awards. But first, I'd like to take this time to thank the staff and Mr. Spencer for their hospitality, coming to the school, allowing me to come in, do school setups during lunch. Hands down, it's the farthest I have to drive to a school, but it's by far my funnest to come to. Whether it's the students coming and doing pull-ups with me or making my day exciting, whether it's Kim talking to me and listening to me complain about how cold Michigan is. I greatly appreciate it. Each recipient tonight that's chosen has in some way, shape, or form embodied our Marine Corps values of honor, courage, and commitment, which has helped them stand out amongst their peers and be recognized this evening. This year's recipients were the United States Marine Corps Scholastic Excellence Award. Had a 4.23 GPA, had a ton of extracurriculars, like on the paper, it was like on the sides and everything. Mrs. Darby Heck. I should have specified there's a male and female. So the male recipient had a 4.0 GPA, 4 years of football and marching band, Mr. Xavier Fisher. Normally we do just one female and one male athlete for the Distinguished Athlete Award, but Kim called me a couple of weeks ago and was like, hey, we can't decide on who to pick for the female. Can we do two? And I was like, heck yeah, let's do this. So tonight's female recipients, first playing soccer, running track, Miss Autumn Barr, and cheerleading, soccer, and track, Kendall Proctor. This year's Male Distinguished Athlete Award, playing soccer, wrestling, on the rugby team. He did the combat fitness test. He pretty much destroyed the test. So it's cool to see him get this award. Mr. Luke On.
Next up, from Aquinas College, Mr. Damon Bokamp.
Good evening. My name is Damon Baukamp, and as one of the Senior Associate Directors of Admission at Aquinas, I want to congratulate all of Sparta's seniors. Congrats on this time of year. Enjoy. Be safe. All right, today it's my honor to award 3 students with scholarships to Aquinas College. These are all based on grades, test scores, leadership ability, and potential for great success at Aquinas College. First recipient tonight will be Joy Reed. Joy has earned a St. Thomas Aquinas Scholarship worth $14,000 per year for a total of $56,000 over 4 years. Congratulations. Next person up is Kaylee Austin. Kaylee earned a Monsignor Bukowski Award for $15,000 per year for $60,000 total. scholarship competition in December and earned another $500 per year, the Albertus Magnus Scholarship. Congratulations.
From Grand Valley State University, please give a warm welcome to Elizabeth Aaron Burley Martinez.
Good evening, everyone. Seniors, congratulations first and foremost, families and staffer. Thank you for inviting Grand Valley to be here to be part of this senior ceremony. I would like to recognize 17 recipients of academic excellence. These are scholarships that are amounting to about $68,000 renewable each year. So that's about $272,000 in total. So first up, I would like to welcome Bailey Bradford. Bailey will be receiving an award for excellence, which is $5,000 renewable each year. Next up, we have Brooklyn Davis. Brooklyn will be receiving the Lakers Scholarship, which is $2,000. Abigail Edmondson, receiving the Award for Excellence and the Award for Distinction in Faculty Scholarship. Next is Madeline Ferguson. Madeline will be receiving the Award for Excellence along with the Award for Distinction in Faculty Scholarship. Thanks, Joe. Chloe Florida. Chloe will receive the Award for Excellence and the Award for Distinction Faculty Scholarship. Isabel Florida. Isabel will receive the Lakers Scholarship along with the Lakers Go Abroad Scholarship. Jenna Hoover. Jenna will receive the Lakers Scholarship. Alexis Kelly. Alexis will receive the Lakers Scholarship. Mary Larson. Mary will receive the award for excellence. Mercedes Larson. Mercedes will receive the Lakers Scholarship.
there's, as I'm sitting back there and, enjoying celebrating this class, some firsts I feel like need to be recognized and some records. I'll get to those in a minute. At Sparta High School, homecoming means a lot, and we do it extremely well. And the class advisors that commit to their time in helping to lead graduating classes, a special relationship and bond is created between the graduating class and those class advisors. I just want to take a quick minute to introduce the class advisors for the class of 2019. Mr. Smith. And Mrs. Gill. All right, so that was a quick list of first records. First of all, for the first time ever, Senior Awards Night is being live streamed across the world on the internet. In large part, well, not large part, because of Mr. Paul Owens and his crew. So, Mr. Owens and your crew, thank you very much. Our technology leadership is provided by the service from Kent ISD, and they work in several districts in Kent ISD. And I talked to the leader of that team today, and he said, you guys are so lucky to have Paul Owens. Every school I go to, I say, you should see what they're doing in Sparta. You should see what they're doing in Sparta. Good job, Mr. Owens. It's the first time that our superintendent is going to play an active role in our ceremony tonight. If you do not yet know Mr. Pete Bush, our superintendent of schools, he is here to be part of this. We've also set a record for the number of presenters who said this class is so talented we had to add another scholarship. That doesn't usually happen. We already talked about setting the record for money. Nate and Noah, I saw your check sizes. I think we should hit up Trini's for some tacos later. You're amazing. We're setting the record for big checks. Usually, we haven't had that many large checks as props this year. We've also set a record for high heels. We might have to outlaw those next year, I'm not sure. And then last, but not least, it took longer than ever for a guest presenter who doesn't even know him to tease Mr. Toporski about his height. Usually it's the first or second person. What's wrong with this microphone? So, those are the first in the records that I just wanted to take some time to celebrate. I have the honor of introducing the next group of award winners. The first one is the recipient of the Carl B. Hornbrook Scholarship, which is $750. Mr. Hornbrook, many of you know. Those of you who don't, he was a beloved educator in Sparta. He was a teacher, a coach, a principal, and athletic director. And so the family has supported graduating seniors for years. This year they picked an outstanding recipient, Mason Marble. Another role that I fill in Sparta is the president of Sparta Rotary, and we're getting I'm working on getting impeached. I'm pretty close. I got one more vote. I think they're going to show me the door. But it's a special group whose vision is this, and think about this. This is especially for educators. It's just a natural fit. But their motto is service above self. And I think there's a lesson in there for all of us. Service above self. And then our vision is to invest in our community. And very directly, we're investing in 2 graduates tonight that we believe are going to be outstanding civic leaders based on their experience at Sparta High School. And there's a ton of you that are going to be outstanding civic leaders in the next 5 to 10 to 50 years. Always remember to try to reflect on gratitude. And always try to remember to ask what you can do to help out the community that you're living in and working in. This year in Rotary had the same experience with the talented group of applicants. The award winners for Sparta Rotary Scholarship go to Tommy Smith and Claire Burton. Next is the Ruth Van Eck Scholarship, the Corky, and also referred to as the Corky Kick Memorial Fund. This is named in honor of Ruth Van Eck, who started the North Kent Ambulance Service. And Corky Kick, as my understanding, was just an outstanding EMT. The recipient of the Ruth Van Eck Corky Kick Memorial Scholarship goes to Nicholas Roberts. And last, I'm going to present the Sparta Alumni Scholarship. Sparta Alumni Scholarship for 2019 goes to Cameron Murdoch.
Thanks, Joe.
This next set of awards comes from the Michigan Blood Donor for Life Award. Okay? And a little blurb here. Sparta High School has been a wonderful partner in our life-saving mission, hosting blood drives since October 22nd, 2002, where they collected 34 pints of blood. Now, fast forward back to March 2019, where we collected 71 pints of blood. Or even today, where we collected 50 pints of blood today in the gym, including one of mine. In 2018-19 school year, the students and the staff at Sparta High School were able to collect 185 pints of blood, saving 555 lives in our community. Sparta began hosting blood drives back in 2002. They have collected a total of 2,159 pints of blood, saving 6,477 lives. So, our recipients tonight will receive a Donor for Life Award. This honor is given to a student after they have donated 6 pints of blood within their high school career or volunteered for 8 or more hours recruiting donors and support blood drive. So, tonight's award, you'll also get cords. Thank you. So, here we go for the Michigan Blood Donors for Life Awards. This first recipient hassled me for almost stalked me. He gives blood for pretty much a month straight until I finally relented. So, I'm going to read these names. It's Claire Berkeley. Get your award to the courts. Claire Berkeley, Brooklyn Davis, Darby Eck, Abigail Everson, Madeline Ferguson, Xavier Fisher, Sean Cranley, Laura Hazard, Alexis Kelly, Courtney Mulder, Cameron Murdoch, Louis Ortiz, Shane Farrar, Crystal Vanderleest, Sam Way, Stephen Wright, James Wright, and Riley Zinn. Nice job, Pete. I was in accounting class today, and Nikki Zobes says, she says, T4, are you coming to awards night tonight? I'm like, obviously you've never been to awards night. And you probably, she goes, do you do anything special? You're going to hear me talk more than you've heard me talk in the last 4 years. So. This next set of people, okay, are going to come up. We're going to get certificates out to them. You're going to come up, come through, get your certificates, get applauded, and then go have a seat. So, it's a long list. So, here we go. Starting off, getting a certificate from Harvard and for the Harvard Rugby Scholarship. Please put your hands together for Darby Act. The next three awards are going out to Xavier Fisher, 2019 National Merit Scholarship finalist, University of Michigan Hale Scholarship, and the AP Scholar with Distinction Award, Xavier Fisher. The University of Michigan grant, Grace Kane. Also the University of Michigan grant, Sarah Baldwin. Sarah Walton is also getting the 2019 National Merit Scholarship nominee. The Goodnow Family Association Scholarship goes to Lily Anderson. The Sun Holmes Essay Scholarship goes to Mackenzie Heaven. The Northern Illinois Wrestling Scholarship Division I Scholarship. This is a full ride worth, I'm going to say it, $121,856 out of Reese. The Spring Arbor University Presidential Scholarship and the Spring Arbor University Athletic Cross Country and Track Scholarship goes to Tommy Smith. The GRCC Alumni Scholarship goes to Elise Anderson. The GRCC Foundation Scholarship goes to Mackenzie Badoon. The GRCC Board of Trustees Distinguished Scholar Award, Cameron Murdoch. The GRCC Alumni Scholarship, Jasmine Gerard. The GRCC Phyllis Krasky Child Development Scholarship, Marla Anderson. Fair State University President's Scholarship, And the Ferris State University Next Scholarship go to Ryan Bosch. Ferris State University Dean Scholarship and the Ferris State University Next Scholarship, Autumn Barr. The Ferris State University Dean Scholarship with honors, the Ferris State University Next Scholarship, and the Ferris State University SOAR Scholarship all go to Brittany Jewell. The Ferris State University President Scholarship and the Ferris State University Next Scholarship both go to Courtney Moore. My mic's broken?
Yeah. Just like the lunch, you know?
Oh, it's on. It's on.
Success Quest will be in C-105. Usually when I have one. Alright, where were we? Alright. Ferris State University Founders Scholarship, Jared Pan. The Ferris State University Next Scholarship, Mitchell Stewart. The Ferris State University Next Scholarship, the Ferris State University Gold Scholarship, and the Ferris State University SOAR Scholarship all go to Angela Beck. Ferris State University Gold Scholarship, Caitlin Ludlow. Ferris State Crimson Scholarship, Nathan Gilliam. Take as long as you need. Slow down. The Linwood University and the Linwood University's Rugby Scholarship, Alexandra Hyde. The Cornerstone Dean Scholarship with honors and the Cornerstone Golf Scholarship with Brianna Stack. The Cornerstone University Chancellor Scholarship with honors, the Cornerstone University Soccer Scholarship, and the Cornerstone Pastors Award Scholarship all go to Aaron Deacon. The Cornerstone University Presidential Scholarship with honors goes to Olivia Burgess. The Cornerstone University Dean Scholarship and the Cornerstone University Running The Grace Christian University Outstanding Academic Scholarship goes to Levi Pham. The Daughters of the Revolution Award nominee and the Northern Kentucky University Edge Award both go to Claire Bergman. Davenport University Gold Scholarship, Cody Becker. Davenport University President Scholarship, Daniel Rubin. The Davenport Titanium Scholarship goes to Corbin Shaver. The Davenport University Gold Scholarship goes to Kendall Crocker. Davenport University Titanium Scholarship and the Davenport University Softball Scholarship both go to Nikki Zones. At this time, I'm going to have the department members handing out awards come down right over here. Moving on with our awards. Davenport University Silver Scholarship goes to James Wright. James is also getting the Davenport University Men's Rugby Scholarship. Davenport University Gold Scholarship and the Davenport University Men's Rugby Scholarship go to Zach Townsend. Davenport University President Scholarship and the Davenport University Rugby Scholarship go to John O'Cusley. Northern Michigan University Wildcat Achievement Scholarship, Laura Haslam. The MSU 2018 West Michigan Spartans Outstanding Junior, Brooke Couch.
Brooke.
2019 National Merit Scholarship nominee, Noah Myers. The Northview Comstock Park Sparta Hockey Team Award goes to Joe Slackhouse. Joe cleans up tonight because he gets a trophy. Check that out. Hard work. Eastern Kentucky University Chairman Award, Lance Woley. The Eastern Michigan University Education First Opportunity Scholarship, Caitlin Atkins. The Western Michigan University SETA Scholarship goes to Lacey Peterson. Concordia University Honor Scholarship, Scholarship and the Concordia University Track and Field Scholarship go to Sierra Stetchmark. And for these next three events, I'm going to have Mr. Pete Bush.
Good evening. I think I'm here to give Mr. Sikorsky a break, quite honestly, but I'm here to, as an alumnus of Central Michigan University, to give 3 awards, 3 scholarships to students this evening. The first is the Central Michigan University Academic Success Award, and that scholarship is for $14,000. It goes to Caitlin Perry. And the next 2 awards are the Central Michigan University Academic Excellence Award, and those scholarships are for $22,000 and will go to Haley Scott and Anthony Vesca.
Saginaw Valley University Award Scholarship goes to Carissa Statoski. Carissa is also given the Maynard Thompson Scholarship. All right. For this next award, I get to read something. Not the end of it. It says, thank you for the opportunity to honor the Montcalm County 4-H member as they graduate from high school. As the Youth Development Program of the Cooperative Extension System of the land-grant universities, 4-H is the nation's largest youth development organization, empowering 6 million young people throughout the United States. 4-H is not, as a lot of people think, limited to families that have animals or livestock. Okay? The 4-H's stand for Head, Heart, Hands, and Health, and the members recite the following pledge at all 4-H events. I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living. For my club, my community, my country, and my world. Names have lived out the 4-H motto to make the best better. And today I present this student with their 4-H graduation course and certificate for their years of dedication to Montcalm County 4-H. Put your hands together for Chandler Bunker. The Michigan Tech University Copper Presidential Scholarship Award is going to go to Ed Mayer. The Michigan Tech Gold Presidential Merit Scholarship is going to go to Maxwell Williams. The Muskegon Community College Softball Scholarship is going to go to Alexis Bristol. The Certified Nursing Assistant Certificate is going to go to Alexandra Castillo. The Luke Christian Manager Measures Memorial Scholarship, the CompTIA A+ certification, and the MTA Security Fundamentals and Intro to Programming using Python certificates are going out to Garrett Kramer. And the Cornerstone University Basketball Scholarship goes out to Conrad Savage. And that is what $1,131,776 sounds like when you get out.
Give me some. Skin me. Skin me. Skin me. Skin me.
Congratulations to everyone on those awards. Next, we have some department awards to give out. Okay. So we're going to start off with Mrs. Venom, who is going to talk about world language.
It is our goal as a department to help students learn Spanish while understanding the cultural practices and worldviews of its speakers. To this end, we expect students in our program to understand and use Spanish while also demonstrating an awareness of the linguistic, ethnic, racial, religious, cultural, and social diversity of Spanish speakers throughout the world. Our department award is given to a senior who has successfully completed all Spanish courses while not only meeting the aforementioned expectations, but also exhibiting a true enthusiasm for the practices, products, and perspectives of the Spanish-speaking world. This year's award goes to a person whose enthusiasm fills the room. She excelled in her Spanish classes at Sparta High School, and through the cadet teaching program, she has assisted in Spanish classes both at the middle school and high school. This allowed her to continue to practice Spanish when scheduling conflicts didn't allow her to take courses elsewhere. As a cadet teacher, she brought a love and knowledge for the content that she was able to share with her peers. We are excited to see how she leads her Spanish in future endeavors and hope that her passion for the language continues to grow. Jasmine Gerard.
Representing the Science Department, Mr. Matt Lander.
This is the only time you'll ever see me actually raise a microphone. Alright, the Excellence in Science Award at Sparta High School is awarded annually to a senior student who exemplifies the characteristics, qualities, and skills necessary to succeed in a post-secondary science-related educational setting. In order to be nominated for the award, the senior student must have successfully completed at least 4 science credits at Sparta High School, as well as show a desire to pursue a career that is science-focused.
Enough of the microphone. This is not my style. You guys have been with me for 4 years, right? Many of you have had all 4 years. I can't be tied back here. You gotta let me do my pacing. I gotta get my steps. All right? So, this year's Science Award recipient, if she were attending Hogwarts, she'd be a member of Slytherin, which is the equivalent of that university down in Ann Arbor, which is where she plans on attending next year. Oh, by the way, notice that it's a green and white tie. All right? Couple fun facts about this student. She would like everybody to know that she is not actually a cyborg, even though she was labeled that as a middle schooler. She just figured it out. All right? She's also not a fan of Dr. Pimple Popper. However, she wants to study virology and eventually be an epidemiologist. But she's going to start out by getting her biology degree. All right? She also, based on all of the awards she's received so far tonight, from the U of M. You guys voted her as the most likely to be a millionaire for the girls' side, right? Yeah. She's well on her way. Look at what she got from Michigan. So this year's recipient for the Excellence in Science Award is Miss Sarah Maltman.
Representing the drama department and the social studies department, Andrew Neal.
Congratulations. All right. The Drama Department Award is given to a senior who has demonstrated outstanding commitment to the theater arts throughout his or her 4 years at Sparta High School. This year, I have selected a student who has been exceptionally committed to theater in Sparta her whole life. I believe that I am correct in saying that between high school, middle school, and community theater, she has participated in 16 or 17 performances, which is incredible, especially so because she is also highly involved with other performing arts, including band, for which she is the talented senior drum major. In and outside of class, Sophie Beecham has been a remarkable leader, and her energy and passion is contagious. It is my great pleasure to confer the Drama Department Award on Sophie Beecham. Sophie, we look forward to seeing where your vibrant personality and leadership and unique talents take you. Congratulations. The Herodotus Award is given by the Social Studies Department to a student who has demonstrated outstanding performance in the areas of history, civics, economics, and geography throughout his or her 4 years at Sparta High School. This year we have selected a student who is exceptionally perceptive, passionate, compassionate, politically cognizant, articulate, and driven. Driven not only to learn and achieve, but to advocate for social justice and a more equitable world. Her accomplishments are many, and now include being the first, to my knowledge, Spartan to graduate and matriculate at Harvard University. But despite these incredible achievements, Darby Ack remains humble and kind and non-judgmental. She is always willing to ask questions or request help, and in turn, she helps others. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to bestow the Social Studies Department Award on Darby Ack. Darby, we are inspired by you and cannot wait to see where your drive and passion take you. We have no doubt that you help fulfill the rest of us.
This is for you.
To present the Computer Department Award to Mr. Paul Holman.
So when I'm hanging out with people, my age, and they find out I teach technology, they say stuff like, "What's up with kids nowadays?" And you know what I say? "They're stinking awesome." That's what's up with kids nowadays. They're awesome. And I kind of realized that when Mr. Pokorski and I are trying to figure out who we're going to give the computer award to. There's no less than 5 people in this class that pretty much run around with my paycheck. Which means that if they let me down, if they were not trustworthy, if they were not honest, if they were not full of integrity, my life would be a mess. But instead, my life is awesome because of these fine young people. So parents, you've done a great job bringing up some wonderful people. So, because of that, the person that I have to lean into the most on a day-to-day basis, and because he's excelled in multiple programming classes, the computer award goes to our very own Max Woolworth!
Math Department Award presented by Mrs. Ellen Rowney.
2019 Sparta High School Math League is a student who is always pushing to learn something new. He likes to solve new problems. Sometimes he likes to create new problems just to solve them. He has accumulated over 2,495,059 energy points on Khan Academy. The next closest winner from Sparta High School only has 168,000. Our math league seeks all tools to teach himself higher levels of math and science. He has taken every math class taught at Sparta High School, currently taking differential equations this semester at GRCC. In the fall, he will be attending the University of Michigan on a full scholarship studying nanotechnology. I'm not sure what that is, but he says it's very little machines, all right? There, come on up, fish. We are very proud to recognize our 2019 math league from Xavier Fisher.
To present the English Department Award, Mrs. Nader.
The recipient of the English Department Award has exhibited enthusiasm for reading and writing throughout her career at Sparta High School. She chose to take both English Advanced Placement courses, literature and language, as well as our creative writing class. Her favorite novels are The Haup and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. She has impressed us with insight and dedication, and we wish her the best at GBSU next year. The English Department is proud to give this year's Department Award to Maddie First.
Representing the Physical Education Department, Mr. Steve Zurich.
I'd like to bring Zach Alzan up to the stage, please. So on a night where we're honoring so many achievements that happened in the classroom, in SAT scores and ACT scores, Zach's going to take his physical abilities to Davenport and help him pay for some of those bills with a rugby scholarship. I first met Zach when he was in middle school. I was fortunate enough to coach him in middle school wrestling for a short period of time, but also in football. And Zach is someone who's always taken physical education and sports very seriously. Throughout his high school career, I was fortunate enough to coach him 3 years on the varsity football team. He's somebody who shows up every morning, would never miss a morning workout at 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. He's somebody then who's always in a strength training class or another PE class. After school, he always found time to get in the weight room. I mean, he's really built the temple of his body, and it's helping him pay some college bills as he moves on to Davenport. He's a tremendous young man. I've been fortunate enough to watch him play dodgeball and smoorball and continuous kickball over the years, along with throwing his squat and his bench press. Before we put this award around your neck, though, we're going to do 20 push-ups together. But one last time to honor all PE teachers out there. So if you guys can help us count the 20 together, that round of knock out 20 push-ups.
Representing the art department, Mr. Don Crawford.
So I remember talking with Grace about the sculpture she wants to make, and she said, I want to make a lion head. So I go, all right, I'm thinking plaster or maybe paper mache or wood carving or whatever. She goes, no, I'm thinking colored pencils. They're too expensive, so maybe I'll just get some plastic drinking straws, paint them individually, get a styrofoam wing head, and then glue these straws onto the styrofoam wing head. I go, I'm thinking the same thing you're thinking. She's crazy. There's no way. I'm trying to talk Grace out of it. I'm going, Grace, you've got exams coming up. You've got all your AP tests coming up. Don't do this shit. She goes, no, I think I'm going to do the plastic straw thing. I think I'm going to make this sculpture. And she did. And it was awesome. And she won at the Grand Rapids Festival of the Arts, the top award there. And I'm so glad that she didn't listen to me that day. I'm so glad that she didn't take my advice. But that's what Grace is about. She's about amazing, imaginative, creative, intellectual ideas and not being afraid to do the hard work to make them come to fruition. Her last one was called, Grace, what's your last artwork called? Your last project? Yeah, When You Flourish, and it's a sculpture, a life-size sculpture of a human being made out of tape, right? Sure.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff involved in this sculpture, but it's so amazing because the whole story behind it, it's a farmer that has transformed into a flower. And it's kind of like when you work, when you find yourself in your work, you find out who you truly are. You find out what you're capable of. You reach your potential. And I think that's what Grace has done. She's not afraid of hard work. She goes at it as hard as she can. I'm so thankful that I've been able to teach her. I'm so thankful that she's going to let me keep Manny in the classroom. That's awesome, so that in future class, my future students, I can tell them the story of Grace and that hard work will transform your life into what you're supposed to become. So Grace, she wins the art department.
Last but not least, representing the music department, Mr. Jim Walsh.
All right, so in addition to the award that's being passed out tonight, there were some awards that were passed out at our band concert this past Thursday, and one that's going to be passed out at the choir and jazz band concert this coming Thursday. If you want to come, it's 7 p.m. right here. We have a lot of incredible students and musicians in our band program this year as seniors, and Many of them were considered for multiple awards, but only so many people can get them. So some awards that were passed out at our band concert last week, if you can just stand up and be recognized, you don't need to come up here because you already got to do that last Thursday. Our MSBOA Scholar Instrumentalist Award was Sarah Maltman. Both the John Philip Sousa and Louis Armstrong Jazz Award, and our senior drum major, Sophie Beecham. One that I thought our gunnery sergeant from the Marine Corps is passing out tonight, but he's not, because he's gone. So I will announce it, is the Semper Fidelis Award, which is for outstanding musicianship, and also just, I like to give it to people who, whenever I need something done, they do it, and it's great. I love those people, they're the best. That goes to Caitlin Atkins and William Shelley. With school starting a week earlier, and this being a week earlier than it has been in the past, I had an award in the program that the person actually is going to be receiving this Thursday. So if they haven't heard the program yet, they might not know. But we give out a national school choral award. This is our second year bringing that one back, and that is going to Carissa Spitowski. Stay there on Thursday. You'll get a big nice speech about it and all that good stuff. All right. So the final award is the Music Department Award. And I am the high school music department. Nice to meet you. So I consulted with myself, and anybody who's had me for class knows that I may potentially have multiple personalities, so it works well. I have a discussion with myself. Is it you, Mr. Walsh? Nice, Mr. Walsh. So the Music Department Award, the person who is receiving this has had an extremely positive influence on the music department. They've been in band and choir, section leader, and brass captain of the marching band, and is actually missing a practice tonight for their water polo regional, which is this weekend. And she also plays water polo for Granville, because that's where she came to us from. Probably one of the reasons why she still likes me and I still like her is because she came to us from Granville, so she's only had to deal with me for 2.5 years. She has been great since she has come here, and as a proud Jensen Wildcat, I am also very proud to present a Spartan / Granville Bulldog water polo player, Julia Ritter, with the Music Department. And we're both kind of awkward, so we're going to try to make this as not awkward as possible.
Next up, I'd like to introduce Mr. Blake Shansky.
D4, can I have some of this?
Yes. As long as you don't tell any jokes.
The applause is nice, because if you would have been second out of phys ed this morning, I was not very proud. So that's nice. No jokes this year. Maybe a little prediction though about how this graduating class might end up changing the world we live in. Big deal, big deal. Let me start by saying that many years from now, when people complain about January and February 2019, you guys will be telling your kids about the best winter of your life. I don't know if I can say this next part, Mr. Bush is here, but I will. Because I think it would be hard for anyone to argue that, as far as time is concerned, you're probably the least educated senior class. my mind, you have proven a very exciting thing, and that is we should all move to a 4-day work week. I'm here on behalf of YAC, which is the Youth Advisory Committee. Every spring, our student group reviews several grant applications from organizations and programs that benefit young people in the Sparta community. With so many worthy causes and only so much money available, our group has the difficult task of determining which ones should receive funding from the Sparta Community Foundation. This responsibility we do not take lightly. This year's grant award winners are A Bright Future for Sparta Youth. It's a curriculum created and implemented by the nationally recognized organization Junior Achievement to teach young people about financial stability and success as an adult. Number 2, Enrichment for Pre-Readers. It's an early literacy program provided by Sparta Carnegie Township Library. Number 3, Transforming Services. It's a program offered by Wedgwood Christian Services. This program delivers career training as well as social and emotional support for youth who have experienced trauma in their life. Our YAC is also partnered with the Village of Sparta to improve the trail system in the northeast corner of town. You might have seen the sign. We are treating it as a long-term community service project. We have worked together with our high school science classes to remove invasive plants along the trail, and a long-range plan has been drafted for the trail habitat. Progress will be gradual, but eventually going to create a great feature for the Sparta community. I'm going to call my graduating seniors up, and then I'm going to talk about each one briefly. Grace DeLong. Alex Hyde. And Andrea Sanchez. So Grace, she was a late addition joining our group her junior year, but she made up for lost time quickly with great enthusiasm. She always seemed to be happy to be part of YAC, and we are always super happy to have her. Alex followed in her big sister's footsteps, and she was always ready to help, whatever I needed. Hey, Alex, can you help with this? Sure. What else do you need, Mr. Shansky? She was always there, ready to help with whatever. Andrea was my unofficial secretary. When I would see her in the hallway, she would say, "When are we having a meeting, Mr. Shansky? It's time to have a meeting." And I would always say, "Yeah, Andrea, you're right. We need to have a meeting." I will always be grateful for their service to our YAC group. They have been great leaders, but they are even better people. Thank you.
Mrs. Rumsey could not make it tonight, so I get to talk about the student council here. So, first off, I'd like to give out some money. So these next 3 ladies are going to come up and they're going to get a check and they're going to get some notes. So, winners of the Student Council Scholarship Award are Cameron Murdoch, Jasmine Gerard, and Grace DeLong. And now I would like the rest of the student council seniors to come up and get their medals. Lily Anderson. Cody Beck. Darby App. Marissa Hammond. Brittany Jewell. Mary Larson. Mason Larva. Jenna Murdoch. Murdoch. Caitlin Perry. Nicholas Roberts. Andrew Sanchez. Thomas Smith. Nice job, student council. Now we're going to shift gears a little bit and we're going to talk about some athletics. So our first award tonight is going to go out as the MHSAA Scholar Athlete Award. The following athletes have received recognition from the MHSAA in regards to their scholarship applications that they have submitted. Please help me recognize the following seniors who are receiving their MHSAA Scholarship Athlete certificates. So, Claire Bertha. Aaron DJ. Grace DeLong. Abigail Edmondson. Chloe Florida. Isabella Florida. Brittany Jewell. Jonathan Custer. Nehemiah Camp. Joseph Slakowski. And Tommy Smith. The next awards to go out are the OK Blue Male and Female Athletes of the Year. So, a little bit about that. Each school year, the athletic department selects our OK Blue Male and Female Athlete of the Year. This award is presented to an outstanding male and female based on the following criteria. Athletic ability, with multi-sport athletes getting special consideration, as well as OK Conference recognition in the form of all conference, all district, all region, and all state accolades. Also, general character is judged by leadership, sportsmanship, attitude, and moral standing. This year's male recipients, because we're Sparta, we have two of them. Tommy Smith and Alec Reese. Now, let me tell you a little bit about these two. Okay? First, I'm going to go with Alec. Stage. 4 varsity letters, all in wrestling. 4 first-team all-conference championships. 3 district championships, 3 regional championships, 4 state qualifiers, and 1 state championship during his junior year. Alec also had a 2.5 grade point average, and next year Alec will continue his wrestling career at Northern Illinois University. Thank you.
5.
8 varsity letters, 4 in cross, 4 in track. 8 first team all conference, 4 in cross country, 4 in track. Regional championship is junior year, 6 times state qualifier, 3 times in cross, 3 times in track. 2 times all-stater, both in track. He also played basketball for 2 years, cross country for 4, track for 4 years. He was involved in NHS and student council, grade point average 3.91. Next year, Tommy will continue his running career at Spring Harbor, running cross country and track. Our OK Blue female athlete of the year is Alexis Driscoll. So, Alexis, 7 varsity letters, 2 in basketball, 3 in softball, 2 first team all conference, all in softball, 2 first team all district softball, 2 all region in softball, and 1 all state honorable mention in softball. She played JV varsity softball and varsity basketball. Her grade point average is a 3.78, and next year, Alexis will continue her softball career at Muskegon Community College. Well, let me correct myself. I read Alex grade point average.
There should be a 3 in front of that. 3.5.
2.5.
Ask him his SAT
She's
score.
at a 2.85.
That's better. 1240 on the SAT. You gotta say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. Teamwork. I don't want you to say it.
Our next award is the OK Conference Scholar Athlete Award. And I'm going to have you come up and get a certificate. To be considered for this, the criteria are to have a cumulative GPA of at least a 3.5, participated in 4 or more athletic seasons throughout their high school career, and earned at least 1 varsity letter during his or her senior year. So, getting an OK Conference Scholar Athlete Award, okay, and you guys can come up and around and get your certificates. Elise Anderson. Marla Anderson. Delaney Armand. Kaylee Austin. Alan Barr. Julie Beck. Mel Cochran. Brooklyn Davis. Aaron DJ. Grace DeLong. Alexis Driscoll. Abigail Evans. Xavier Fisher. Chloe Florida. Isabel.
sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I tried.
Dylan Marzinski. Cameron Murdoch. Jenna Murdoch. Rose Ortiz. Ethan out here. Caitlin Barrett. Nick Roberts. Haley Scott. Gordon Schaefer. Joe Flanagan. Thomas Smith. Brianna Stackpole. Mitchell Stewart. Nikki Zoe. Anthony Masters. Matt Forward. And Josephine Missouri.
Thank you.
Now, a person who's been patiently sitting up here all night long. Mr. Larry Carter. Angela, that sword. It's a big one. Next year, Mr. Dvorsky, we will save a seat out there that's cushioned. We'll do this. I'm so proud of you. Some of you don't know who are parents, but just about half of these kids were fifth graders in mine. Wow.
We love you.
Yes, you will. And I love you. Congratulations. I think the Lord knew that you did not need all those days of school this year. But you can have more things to life than high GPA.
That's all right. I don't care. Just flex it.
A phrase I learned from a Rotary International bumper sticker years ago was, look for the good and praise it. It's concise, it's precise, and it nails what the spirit of the Feigenbeiner and Warren trophies is about. The top senior girl and boy athlete, among the last times we called girls and boys, by the way, will be awarded these uniquely Sparta trophies based upon athletic achievement, scholarship, sportsmanship, and character. Every year, coaches decide who the recipients will be. They look for the good and praise it. In 1976, friends of one Karen Feigenbeiner established the Girls Award in her name. Karen was a good athlete, played 3 years of varsity basketball, her last year as a co-captain. Upon graduation from SHS in 1959, she chose a path that eventually led to a master's in social work, allowing her vocationally to express her heart in reaching out and helping people. This was evident to those around her, so much so that upon her untimely death at age 30, her classmates began the process to create the Feigenbeiner Award that we have today. Those classmates back then looked for the good and praised it.
In 1960, the peers of one James Jimmy Warren established the Boys Award in his name. Jimmy Warren was a 1939 Sparta High School graduate who excelled in football, baseball, and track. His time at Michigan State University was interrupted by the bombing of Pearl Harbor in 1941, and he enlisted in the Naval Air Corps. After numerous missions, his plane was shot down, and he died of malnutrition in a Japanese prisoner of war camp in 1943. Jimmy Warren has been described as an outstanding individual, beloved among his peers. They looked for the good and praised it, and we have the Warren Award. So now, your coaches get the privilege to annually look for the good and praise it. They've described to me over the years how difficult it is to narrow this award to just one individual because it is so much more than an athletic award. Because they make big bucks, these coaches are able to do this. And they have. And now I will. I'm going to name the Fight Reminder winner first. She needs to come up to the platform and stand here while I talk about her. And then, and only then, will she receive the award. And I expect the same thing of the young man. This year's winner of the Karen Feigenmeyer Senior Female Athlete Award is Nikki Sost.
She can't handle it.
And now for the young man. This year's winner, I'm going to talk about Nikki a little bit. I said I was going to, so I'm going to. Nikki's earned a total of 7 varsity letters, playing basketball for 3 years, volleyball and softball, each for 4 years. And listen to how she's distinguished herself in softball. 3 first-team all-conference designations, 3 first-team all-district, 2 all-region designations, and 1 all-state honorable mention. All this with a 3.87 GPA. Student athlete, it's difficult. You're a student and you're an athlete, and there's just not time for both. So that's awesome. And Nikki will continue her softball career at Davenport University next year. A warm round of applause for Nikki. Tell her she can go. We've waited all night for this award, so another couple minutes. And now for the young man. This year's winner of the James Warren Senior Male Athlete Award is Tommy Smith. And now I'm going to get a little redundant on you here because you just heard about this. But 8 varsity letters. I'm going to shake your hand when you come in. 8 varsity letters, running cross and track both for 4 years. Played basketball for 2 years this year. He's been first team all-conference in cross and track 8 times. A regional champ his junior year in track. And a 6-time state qualifier, 3 in cross, 3 in track. Twice all-state in track. He's part of the National Honor Society, member of Student Council. And this is not a big deal. Okay, well, he has a 3.91 GPA.
That's a whole number.
Tommy is continuing his career next year at Spring Harbor University to run cross and track. Let's hear it one more time for Tommy.
Now back to some academics. This next group of people are winners of the Michigan Competitive Scholarship Award. Okay? And to get that, you need to score a 1200 or higher on the SAT. So it's a long list, so I'd like, as I call your name off, I'd like you to stand, be recognized, but everyone just kind of hold your applause until the end. Okay? So, here we go. Caitlin Atkins. Elise Anderson. Sophie Beechnut. Claire Berkland. Ryan Bosch. Bailey Bradford. Olivia Burgess. Adele Cochran. Brooke Couch. Darby Ack. Abigail Edmondson. Madeline Ferguson. Xavier Fisher. Chloe Florida. Isabel Florida. Benjamin Gare. Jasmine Gerard. Josh Hewlett. Grace Kane. Mark Larson. Mason Larman. Harry LeBlanc. Sarah Malton. Dylan Marzinski. Quentin Myers. Courtney Walden. Cameron Murdoch. Lance Olney. Louis Ortiz. Levi Pant. Jared Pant. Jessica Pinckney. Alec Reese. Nick Roberts. Daniel Roby. Corbin Schaefer. William Shelley. Joe Slaktowski. Kendall Vanderleest. Joel Newfoundland. Max Woolworth. Riley Zink. Applause. Give it up for people live. All right. For this next group of people, I'm going to toss back to Mr. Pete Bush. Maybe I'm not. So, before we get to Mr. Bush, we're going to do a couple of sets of people. Our next group of people earned cum laude honors, which you had to get a 3.50 or a 3.69 grade point average. As I introduce these people, they can come up and get their ropes. Jacob Alt. Feel free to applaud. Lily Anderson. Mackenzie Billy. Beth. Five. Madison Dane. Benjamin Gare. Ariana Koba. Caitlin Larva. Ben Mayer. Lance Foley. Ethan Almeida. Brianna Sackville. Mitchell Stewart. Cheyenne Taklowski. And Caitlin Bass. That baby's crying over some of my names. This next group of students earned magna cum laude honors, and you had to get a grade point average of 3.7 to 3.99. So when I call your name, please come up and get your ropes. Caitlin Atkins. Kaylee Austin. Delaney Armand. Autumn Barr. Julia Beck. Sophia Beecham. Paige Bender. Brian Bosch. Maria Rodao Chavez. Olivia Burgess. Del Cochran. Aaron DJ. Grace Delone. Alexis Driscoll. Simon Esson. Marissa Hanley. Laura Hazard. Jenna Hooper. Josh Hewlett. Ricky Jewell. Alexis Keller. Jonathan Hudson. Sadie Larson. Harry LaPlante. Peyton Vaughn. Noah Myers. Jennifer Beck. Jennifer Maria Rodriguez.
Don't worry, guys.
Louis Ortiz. Jared Kent. Caitlin Perry. Jessica Spinkney. Ian Roberts. David Rhodes. Savannah Roloff. Haley Scott. Corey Schaefer. Joey Shelley. Emily Silverstone. Harry Smith. Amy Jones. Ben Wright. Jacob Wright. Riley Green.
Before I have the pleasure to give the Summa Cum Laude awards tonight, I was just checking my phone, seniors, and I heard there's a snowstorm coming in. So be alert 5:30 tomorrow morning for a phone call.
Not coming down.
I do want to also just congratulate our senior class. One of the things when I arrived in the district is I looked at all of our student achievement data and where our students have performed in relation to students in our area and throughout the state. As you can tell tonight, we have a lot of very talented, very intelligent seniors. But one of the things as a group, this senior class has performed as well and really maybe the best overall of any class in the history of Sparta High School. So I want to congratulate the entire senior class. As I read the Summa Cum Laude, please come up and receive your medals and your folder. Marla Anderson. Elise Anderson. Claire Berglund. Darby Abigail Edmondson. Xavier Fisher.
Yeah, Bailey.
Chloe Florida. Isabel Florida. Jasmine Gerard. Alex Hyde. Maren Larson. Mason Larva. Sarah Altman. Dylan Marzinski. Courtney Mulder. Cameron Murdoch. Levi Pant. Kylie Foley. Joseph Spikowski. Carissa Spatoski. Kendall Vanderleest. Maxwell Woolworth. And our last two school compliance tonight, first of all, our salutatorian with a 4.31 GPA, Madeline Ferguson. And our valedictorian with a 4.32 GPA, Grace Kane.
Our last group of awards is something new this year. We started a volunteer program to encourage students the value of giving back to their communities. The seniors recognized tonight have a minimum of 10 hours or more of volunteer time in our community. So, when I read your name, please come on up and get your volunteer form. Caitlin Atkins. Caitlin Becker. Claire Berkman. Olivia Berger. Mary Castillo. Alexander Castillo. Miguel Cochran. Garrett Kramer. Madison Dane. Grace Malone. Abigail Edmondson. Isabel Florida. Chloe Florida. Dave Forrest. Jasmine Gerard. Casey Gomez. Laura Hazard. Mackenzie Helen. Alexandra Hyde. Brittany Jewell. Alexis Kelly. Johnny Larson. Caleb Harbaugh. Mason Riley Latham. Cameron Murdoch. Nathan Keeling. Ethan Perry. Conrad Savage. Hayes Scott. Connie Smith. Carissa Sosnowski. Mitchell Stewart. Caitlin Tabb. Taylor Rosenberg.
Awesome job. We're at the point of the ceremony where we're going to see the senior video. There was also, like a lot of things this year, there were twice as many as normal, just because of who this class is composed of or comprised of. But Perry, stand up and give a wave. She created the video that you're watching today. And Alex Bernheim, would you stand and wave? She's created the video that you're about to watch. And then you will have your farewell from your faculty, your 11 faculty here at Sparta High School. So Katie, you can bring down the screen for us, and we'll get set up for the senior video.
Wow.
Is that it? I think I'm good.
Together,
Whoever made this fire song.
Do a flip.
Good job, Bert. This part is the last part of the ceremony tonight, and it's called the Principal's Farewell. And in year one, I didn't really look at the program until a day or two before ceremony. And so I said to the secretary at the time, what do we do for the Principal's Farewell? And without boring you with the details, I'm not big on 7 years ago speeches. So if you're expecting that or preferring that, I apologize for what you're about to experience. But you know, relationships at Sparta High School are the cornerstone of what we do. And with every group, obviously they learn from us, but we really learn from them as well. And so what you're going to experience, I didn't even know some of these songs, dance moves, things, dance moves. Existed 2.5 weeks ago. So, without further ado, the class of 2019, your favorite grammar hammer, Mr. Matt Burrows.
Sing a song. Hey, bud.
Hey. So first, I'd just like to thank Mr. Spencer for giving me a live mic, because now I have free reign to say what I want. And you guys are a captive audience. But in all honesty, there's a ton I could say about you guys, but I'm actually going to save the longer speech for next Thursday graduation. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because, well, the secretaries have promised me 2 pride cards if I can keep it under a minute. So I just want to say congrats to you guys. You're one of the highest achieving classes that Sparta High School has ever had. Your compassion, your dedication, your sense of perseverance through tragedy, and your sense of humor are truly remarkable. So we, as a faculty, thank you and congratulate you. Good luck. Billy and Lana say hi. So here's Spencer and everybody else.
Just quickly introduce the band, Rochelle Rosario on piano, Paul Owens on guitar and vocals, Jim Walsh on drums, and Nick Lewis on bass and vocals. One of the things that you guys taught us is how to care for one another in times of tragedy. And you lost 2 classmates in Maya and Tabby, and the way that you guys cared for one another and loved one another and supported one another through some life lessons that you shouldn't have to learn at the age that you learned it was really, really impactful for our faculty. So, Katie, can you get the, there we go. Thank you.
How I wish you were here. We're just 2 lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year. Rolling over the same old ground, we'll have you found the same old fear. Wish you were here. How I wish you were here. We're just 2 lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year. Rolling over the same old ground, but haven't found the same old fears. Wish you were here. Wish you were here. Wish you were here.
Hey, this is why we practice here.
Cowboy hat.
So please welcome to the thank you.
Retirees, Mrs. Ann Hahn and Mr. Mark Batchelder.
We're going to start with 50 push-ups. You!
What?
Push-ups.
Where?
Right here.
When?
Now.
Why?
To stay healthy.
Do I get points for this?
We'll see how well you did.
Do I get a grade?
We'll see how well you did.
We'll see how much you
We'll see how well you
say.
did.
Oh my God, my lamp hits the button. Okay.
Get ready. I'll count it for you.
Where is this?
Ready? Begin. Down. 1. Down. 1. Your knees are on the ground. We can't count those.
I'm old, I can't get my knees off the ground.
I think you better go home and practice.
All right.
Better go home and practice.
See you kids.
Thank you. This hat is matted black. Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old road and gonna ride till I can't no more. Gonna take my horse to the old town road and gonna ride till I can't no more. I got my horses in the track, horse back in the track, wagon back in track. I got going something mad, riding on my horse. You can whip your horse. I've been in the battle, you ain't been on my horse now. Nobody tell me nothing. Nobody tell me nothing. Riding on my tractor, leaning on my ladder, never keep my pace. Keep going ass. All I do is move, go out to the pop up some booty, bang around my booty. Nobody tell me nothing. Take my horse to the old town road. Hey, best of luck, class of 2019. Have a great night. Thanks for joining us.
That little kid in here, the top is